Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Y'all know how it is when I have to start the video off with a big box. Hold it up so you guys can see it and quickly talk about it so I can put it down. So if you guys did not know, Jaclyn Hill has once again collaborated with Morphe. I think this came out like right after the Vault collection launch, so if you missed it, that's probably why. But here it is, and it's just a collection of her favorite Morphe brushes. I think they've done one of these before, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, this one's just bigger and better, and of course Morphe goes all out for Jaclyn collabs. So while I struggle to open this, okay. So that is what the inside of the box looks like. Some of the brushes are missing because I used them to create the look that I did today, but that's what the packaging looks like. So this is the Jaclyn Hill The Master Collection. You have a couple options when it comes to purchasing. There is $42 for the Eye Master Collection, which is 8 custom brushes and a bag. $58 for the Face Master Collection, 5 custom complexion brushes and the bag. And then there is like the ultimate purchase, which is $165 for the Master Collection, which is 24 custom eye and face brushes and a case. Oh, and of course you also have the option of purchasing each brush separately. They range between $6 to $14, I believe, somewhere around there. Now, like I said, I used eye and face brushes to do my face today. I didn't use any brush that wasn't part of this collection to do my face. And I'm not really feeling my eyes right now for 2 reasons. One, well, I'll get to the brushes in a second. But 2, I used a new eyeshadow palette, not only a new eyeshadow palette, but just a brand that's new to me. I got my BoxyCharm, the next BoxyCharm box, and inside was this palette from Pretty Vulgar, which is a brand I've been wanting to try, and this is their Nightingale eyeshadow palette. This is what the inside looks like. I can't fold back all the way, but that is the inside. And while they are very pretty colors, I just don't think cool tone eyeshadows are for me. In here, that little section in there where you would put your transition, like your colors above your crease, those are supposed to be brown. Yeah, those are supposed to be this color and this color right here, and they are pretty gray. I feel like cool tone eyeshadows just always end up looking muddy or just morphing into one big gray color. That big harsher line there where my cut crease is, that's black, and it took a lot to get to that black. So I just don't think those tone eyeshadows are for me. When I was doing it, I kind of realized right away that this was not it, but I was already there, so you know, just had to keep pushing. I went to do a cut crease and ended up with this weird shape that I kind of liked while I was doing it. Now I'm not so sure, but that's just, you know, how my face came out today. Now for the brushes. So these are the eye brushes that I use, and these are the face brushes. For the eye brushes, they were just kind of stiff. Like, even the ones that are supposed to be fluffy brushes, you know, your transition brushes, they were just all kind of stiff, which is just, I mean, they got the job done, but still, it was just weird using them to blend things out because they all just weren't really moving like that. So I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brushes for my eyes. Really, the only ones that I would recommend or just ever use again are 1, 2, 3. So this is the JH43 brush, and I liked this for cleaning up the bottom of my eyebrows. It's pretty straight. I was gonna say straightforward. It's pretty straight across, so it makes it kind of easy getting, you know, like a sharp application if that's what you want for your brows. So I'll definitely use this again. This is the JH38, and I really liked this for my bottom lashes there. It fits really nicely in there when you're trying to get product under there, so I'll definitely use this one again. And this one, it won't be something that I use very often, but it was nice. So, you know, if you're in need of a flat brush, then here's a nice one, which is probably affordable. This is the JH42 brush. I use this to apply my lid colors onto my lid. Now for the face brushes, I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brushes to do my face. They're just really big. Like, look at, why are they all so big? That was my issue when I was trying to do my face. They're just all huge. And when you're looking for brushes, like, you should also keep in mind that you should get brushes that are tailored for your face shape. So, you know, if you have a wider face, if you have a slimmer face, a smaller face, anything like that, a longer one, you should get brushes that kind of tailor to that. And I just feel like all of these brushes are just way too big for my face. This is the brush that is being sold as a foundation brush, and it's just, I mean, this one, I could see this being a nice buffing brush, but still just really big. What killed me was the powder brush. I was getting powder everywhere, even places where I didn't want powder on my face. It was just getting everywhere because the brush is so big. Bronzer, again, I have a slimmer face, so imagine trying to put bronzer on here and it's getting low-key in your eyebrows when you try to put it on this side. Over here, really, there's just one face brush that I tried, because there are some more face brushes in there, like the contour one. This contour one, which is the JH10, seems like it would be a nice contour brush. I didn't put contour on today, which is why I didn't use it. So I'm just saying, out of the ones that I tried, the only ones that I would recommend would be the JH04, which is a nice brush for, well, it's a blush brush, but I agree that it's a nice blush brush. This is way too much brushes for me. It fits nicely where I would normally apply my brush. And then this is the JH07, which is a fluffy brush for setting your under eye with powder, even though it's still a little stiff there, but it was still a nice brush for applying powder down there. Now, I also did use this JH09 brush, which is a highlighting brush, and it kind of reminds me of the brush that everyone recommends from Morphe to highlight your face, and it is a pretty nice brush for your highlight. But that kind of leads me into the actual point of this video, because the point wasn't to, you know, use the brushes on my face and then tell you what I think of them. That's why I didn't really record me actually doing my face. The point of this video, which you could probably tell from the title if I do title it what I think I'm going to, if you've heard me talk about Morphe brushes before, I've said, you know, they're affordable, and I think that they are brushes that get the job done. But the reason that they're not typically my go-to type of brushes is because of how they look and act after you wash them. Like I said, I bought the brush that looks like this one from Morphe. I bought the crease brush that everyone recommends, the 433 brush, and with both of those, after I washed them, they were just throwing up like the bristles were just throwing up gang signs. They were like, what? Who? What? I mean, I haven't even really washed this one and just pulling it. Yeah, so I was thinking, why not put them to the test of using them and then washing them on camera and then showing how they look on camera afterwards, because it can kind of be hit or miss depending on the collections. Now, if you guys saw the video that I just posted not too long ago of my favorite brushes, then you would know that the Morphe E8 is my favorite brush for putting on concealer under here. And I've washed it, and you can see it's still in its shape that it's supposed to be in. The bristles aren't crazy or anything like that. And I also use, is this it? No, that is not it. I also use the Morphe E58 to apply powder onto my face. You guys see that in pretty much every video that I show brushes in. And I've washed that before, and there's nothing wrong with that one. And I believe both this E8 and the E58 are part of the same collection. And I've had you guys even tell me that that collection is bomb when it comes to washing it. You can wash it. Nothing happens to the bristles. They perform the same way. However, with other collections, I have the F433 and then the highlighting brush, and after I wash them, the bristles just get all over your face. They stick out everywhere, and it's not fun to be doing your makeup and have a bristle poke you right in the face. So that's what we're going to test out with these brushes. And I feel like that's pretty much it. I've said which brushes that I would pick up if, these weren't sent to me, and which ones that I'll be using again. So now the only thing that could change that is seeing how these look after we wash them. Let's go. Okay, so I have 4 eye brushes and 4 face brushes. If there's an echo, I'm in the bathroom. That's also why the lighting might be a little bit more yellow. So I have the brushes. I have this Sigmagic scrub, I believe it's called, that I use to wash my brushes. And then I have this little bar here from the brush bar, I believe it's called, that I use to hang my brushes after I clean them. Okay, so there are little suction cups on the bottom of the scrub that you can just use to attach to your sink. And then you can just get to a scrub-a-dub-dubbin. Oop, can't do this with one hand there. Usually I have a little bowl of water that I'll use to rinse the soap off, but of course I left it upstairs. And then after that, just use a little towel there to wipe it off. And if I need to do it again, then I'll just do it again. That was our first one, and there you go, focus. That's what we're working with. But you know what? Let's just try shaping it a little bit, and then we're gonna hang it up to dry. Alright, that one did a little better. You know, some of them are still leaning a little bit, but better. Okay, so I finished the 4 eye brushes, and they're just hanging here, and by hanging I mean like when I go to store them so they can dry. This is how you're supposed to hang your brushes. You don't want to do it the other way around because you don't want water coming from the bristles down into the little handle that keeps the brush together. Okay, now for face brushes, I'm going to start out with the foundation one. This one might require more than one wash just because of how big it is, but this is also the first time I've used it, so there shouldn't be that much product in it. Yeah, I was definitely right. The foundation brush needed more than one go, but you know, we got the product out of there. I would definitely say the bristles are looking a whole lot better on this brush than the eye brushes. Okay, here is a blush brush. Alright, that's the second face brush. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. It's starting to look like the other highlight brush that I bought. I don't think this one's as bad as the other one that I bought, but you can see how those bristles are starting to look. Okay, so I just did the last face brush. So here are the 4 face brushes I washed, and then here are the 4 eye brushes. That's what they're looking like. We're gonna leave them here, let them dry, I don't know, overnight, just until they dry, and then come back so we can see what they look like once they're fully dry. So here we are on the next day, and they are fully dry now, and I said before that it's usually, you know, pretty hit or miss with Morphe brushes, and even within this collection, as you can see, it's pretty hit or miss. The face brushes look pretty good, except for, you know, that one highlight brush that's throwing up gang signs. And for the eye brushes, that one's okay, you know, but it's really just this one that looks, you know, how it looked before I washed them. So that is it for this brush collection.